So, hello to all the viewers. With me, I have Dr. Abhishek, who has secured a rank 3 in the AIMS merit list of INISS BM Neurology and rank 4 in the common merit list. So, such a big achievement in the first ever conducted INISS exam. So, hearty congratulations, Dr. Abhishek.
Good evening, sir. Many thanks.
Okay. So, Abhishek, the viewers will definitely want to know more about you. So just go through your MBBS days and MD days, from which college you did your graduation from.
Sir, I have done MBBS from St. JS Medical College and KEM Hospital, Mumbai. And I have done MD from University of Medical Sciences and Guru Tegh Bahadur Hospital, New Delhi.
Okay. So you finished your residency this August, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. First of all, let me ask you regarding the question paper. So an uncertainty was always there as the first ever INISS, a combination of neurology plus medicine. So tell us, how was the neurology section of the paper and how was the medicine section of the paper?
Sir, the neurology section basically was of a moderate difficulty level.
Okay.
Question bank and test series of doc tutorials. So the test series and doc tutorials was formulated in such a way that there used to be some difficult questions. So all in all, it was of the same level as what I used to solve. So it was not much of a shock
Okay.
in the exam. And regarding the medicine part, it was actually I had read Harrison's actually. I find I like general medicine a lot. So I
Okay.
read Harrison and that was, I mean, that actually
Okay.
helped
Was
me.
it of a moderate difficulty level, the general medicine questions, or on a tougher plane?
So it was moderate. It was
Moderate.
not, nothing was really very tough.
Okay. All right. So regarding, you were speaking about the Elite exam series of doc tutorials. So where we had conducted systematic exams with a timetable. So during the time the exam was postponed, did the exam series help you?
Basically, it helped me a lot because I need to stay motivated actually. If the exam got delayed by about 3 months, so basically I thought almost gave up my books, etc. I almost stopped studying. Had it not been for doc tutorials, I would have stopped studying
Okay.
basically because 3 months and then you keep on procrastinating.
Okay.
But this test series helped me a lot. So during every week, I tried to study whatever was being asked in the test thoroughly. So by the time the test series ended, there was not really much remaining to do as such.
Okay. Okay. In fact, in the Elite exam series, we had conducted multiple rounds of exams also for a single topic. So which gave you an opportunity for revision as well. Correct?
Yes, sir. And the best part was that the difficulty level was such that AIM came as a shock.
All right. So basically,
Otherwise, that if you join a test series which was very simple, and then just looking at the level of the questions in the final exam, you sort of just go off.
okay.
That didn't happen.
Okay. So,
Managed to keep my cool.
all right. So, coming to the exam series itself, regarding your schedule of preparation. So, you said you were preparing according to your exam series. So, after the exam, did you go back to the explanation and have a quick revision?
I had made notes from basically Harrison. I had made notes from certain parts of Bradley. I had not read the entire Bradley.
Okay.
Harrison's certain parts of Bradley in your test series.
Okay.
After the exam, after that exam used to get over, immediately on that day only, I used to mark the wrong questions and either highlight them if possible, or if I couldn't find anything written in Bradley or Harrison, write the explanation down somewhere.
Okay.
And then I sort of made a book of mistakes, actually,
Okay.
mistakes which I make. And it was not a very big book.
Okay.
It's something which was readable in the last week, and then in the final last week, I managed to do only that because there are certain things which we always remember. There's no point reading them again and again.
Okay.
What is important to read is where you're going wrong.
So, how were your ranks in the Elite exam series? You said you attended most of the exams. So, how were your ranks?
I must have attended almost all the exams, leaving to one or two at the most, and my ranks were in the first 20
Okay. You were in the first.
generally.
And we had conducted an INISS mock exam also. So what was your rank in the INISS mock exam?
It was 7.
7. Okay, good. Now, see, once the exams results were out, that is the initial exam qualified results were out. Now, after that itself, in Doctor Tutorials, we had formed a common WhatsApp group leading on to the interview. So in that interview, did that group actually help you? And following that, we did several mock interview sessions as well. So in that group, I had shared with you the previous year interview questions, which my students, I was actually doing the interview sessions previously also for my previous batch students. So those students, they have already messaged me at that time itself, the interview questions. So I've shared with you in the group. So how useful was the mock interview sessions and those questions?
The mock interview sessions were basically the icing on the pie.
Okay, and
And
regarding the
the questions were all, I mean, basically all from what you had told us. Nothing was beyond what you told us
yeah.
on
And
those
what
two
about the
pieces.
actual exam question that came for you in the interview?
The first question was on neurocystic cirrhosis, which
Yeah.
basically, and what was more important was the approach. Basically, when I first saw the CT scan she put up, Padma ma'am took my interview. When I first saw the CT scan, looked like an eccentric target sign. Basically, it was a ring enhancing lesion. Looked like, and I thought of toxoplasma, but I remember you telling us to always keep a differential diagnosis and an approach, and that they're not interested in the diagnosis. So I gave a differential diagnosis of toxo, NCC, and TB, and then finally the she only led me to the answer. Basically, I didn't have to do much after that.
Yeah. And what is the second question?
The second question was enumerate causes of wasting of small muscles of hand bilaterally. So again, like exactly like how you told us, the approach is more important. So I began with muscle. So I enumerated two distal myopathies,
Okay.
then nerve. I spoke about leprosy, and then one by one, I just went up and up. ALS,
Okay.
NMJ.
All the causes. Okay. So basically, these two were questions which we had in the group also. In fact, I still
Yes, yes.
remember that question, and you messaged me also after the interview session that exactly the same question came, right?
And because after NCC, she asked me the treatment of NCC, which you had put up.
Yeah. Yeah, I put up
So,
a
and it
table
was,
also. I still remember. I said definitely one of you is
so I
going to
could
get this question.
manage to actually reproduce the entire table verbatim.
Yeah.
In
Yes,
fact, that was
actually,
the
that
only
is one
thing.
table which everybody should know regarding the treatment of neurocystic sarcosis. Always it is being asked. So, and you were lucky that you got that question as well. All right. So that is also quite clear. Just tell us one point from a person who has taken the interview session. What do you think is actually assessed in the interview? Of like when a professor takes the interview, what do you think is being assessed? Because you have done well in the interview. So, what do you think is being assessed?
They are going to assess your approach. They're not going to check the diagnosis, etc. If you say something, they'll try to lead you to the. If it's not as though they're going to shout.
Okay.
Basically, we are at some point in time in our residency days. If somebody asks questions, the examiner generally tends to shout at us. So we go with a sort of a fright to the interview. But it should not be that. We should go with a very cool mind. Nobody's going to shout in the AIMS interview. At least nobody shouted at me. And generally, with a cool mind, you generally try and tell what you know.
Okay. Okay.
And if you don't know something, they'll prompt and lead you.
Okay. Right. Okay. So, that makes things very clear. And just last one word from your side to the residents. That is the newly joining residents, maybe first year residents, second year residents. How to just go about residency?
Basically, medicine is as general medicine is as charming as neurology. So you must not never. I mean, can't leave it aside. We are all physicians first, and the subspecialty comes later. So, and whatever paper they put, they are bound to change the paper pattern every 2 to 3 years, unfortunately. So it's better to remain prepared and to read everything thoroughly during a residency days, and not just from the point of MCQs
Okay.
or passing exam, but it is important that we become good doctors.
Okay.
So having kept that in mind, we read medicine thoroughly as though a patient is coming to us. And very often they put, certain trick questions in the AIMS paper which are related to the practicals.
Okay. All right.
So it's important to read the read your practical stuff also. Whatever we read in, whatever books we use, and not just for neuro, but for cardio or chest and all as well. So it will help us a lot actually. And whatever paper they set, we'll be prepared for it. There's no real need to specifically read for MCQs or anything in the beginning.
Okay. So that is a very important message to all juniors that Abhishek is giving, because medicine has its own charm, and definitely, he said is as charming as neurology. I would say it is more charming than neurology, because see, that is where you are at the center, and you get that diversity of cases. You get, I think that joy is unparalleled. And as he said, we are all physicians first. So in first year, even if you want to become a cardiologist or an endocrinologist, please focus on all specialities, so that you have a basic sound knowledge of all specialties. Even if you're taking neurology, you've got to know your ECG.
Yes.
Okay, you cannot just say that, I'll just study neurology portions alone. A very, very important message by Abhishek also. So thank you, Abhishek. Thanks a lot. You're going to join AIBS Delhi. All the best. And I'm happy that many of my students are actually there. In final year, Pooja, Mohit, Abhishek is there. Abhishek Anand is there. Then, you have Prachi, Chitrangada, Meena. So many are there. So happy to see you all in the premier institute of the country. So all the best for your personal and professional life. Thank you.
Thank